Hey Terry, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Madonna's celebration tour has been an arduous journey for you, hasn't it? You said it's been miserable.
It has. It's been miserable. And first, I was really excited when she announced it, but then we had the postponement, and we'll get into that in a minute. And I refunded some shows yesterday when they chaotically announced the rescheduling without really announcing it. And then I had one show in Phoenix in January where I managed to score a front row ticket at face value for I think 643.70 or something. That show got canceled. I don't know why they kept selling tickets for it if they were going to end up canceling it. And then tonight I ended up I'm 45 minutes away from Denver and I'm just done.
Well, how many shows were you going to go to?
I was going to go to five.
Wow, so you are a big Madonna fan. You must go back some ways with her.
I go back to when everybody first came out. That was the first thing I ever heard from her in late '82.
Wow, so you really are. You know your stuff. You're a true Madonna devotee, and you were going to go to five shows. When
Yeah,
did the so okay? I'm curious. When was that point where it went from the excitement of being a super fan going to five shows to being really upset and disappointed? Was it around the time where she got sick?
it was around the time that she got sick and the way that it got announced on Instagram. I was like, oh, I got home and I'm not gonna lie. I actually told my friend. I said, "Are you sure that she's sick?" I said, "Maybe this is a farce because of the ticket sales." And when you're talking to another really hardcore Madonna fan, like they sometimes get in denial with some things. But see, I'm one of those eyes wide open kind of people. Like I see it for what it is.
So, what, can I just ask what when you said to your friend, I'm a little bit skeptical here.
Yeah,
What are you suggesting? Were the celebration tickets not selling out? Is that what was happening?
that's that's what I was suggesting. Yes.
Do you still
Right.
feel like there was something a bit suspicious about it?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, tell me why.
Because I don't see how okay, let's go back to the whole Instagram. Guy announces on Instagram that she was hospitalized in ICU and for several days. And I think it was like 4 days that passed. So that's me, not several days. That's 4 days. I thought it was very odd that like nothing was being said about her. And I saw it on CNN that day that she because obviously they're getting the information from Instagram and it's Madonna and the news. They made a story of it, but it wasn't a really big story. You know what I mean? It was
Hmm.
really like brief. Uh, so a couple weeks later, suddenly there's like this pop-up image of her on a street corner in New York City. I've been to New York City. I have saw her there. New York is a busy place. I don't know of any place in New York in the daytime where it's quiet and you see two or three people. And so that picture to me, honestly, it looked superimposed because her booty was not big like it is now. I noticed her booty was smaller, unless that's a pad or whatever.
So, can I cut to the chase?
Yeah,
If we were to venture down that path with you, that the ticket sales were poor, and so this is a hoax. Let's call it what you're calling it. Do you
yeah.
think that the objective of that was to get more interest in the tour and get more people buying tickets because it might be their last chance to ever see her live? And is that what
Right.
you're suggesting here?
Yeah, but I also think that because some markets were not selling really well, like Nashville, even the Phoenix show that I had the front row ticket to, and Tulsa, there was a few markets in there that were not selling well, and getting to the point here, I noticed yesterday on the cancellations for these particular shows that they all got wiped out, and now things are going to like a bigger market.
Wow.
Do you know
Okay.
that, like I just find it really odd that you would, postpone so many shows, leave certain ones that are in 24 on sale, and then when you get it together, like markets that were not selling as well, that you move them to LA and New York. Uh,
Wow. So the
like,
rescheduling has caused you even further suspicion.
oh
Suspicion.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
because markets that weren't selling as well, I noticed that they're gone.
Do you really think that she would compromise her integrity by pulling off a stunt like this? Basically, you're calling it almost insurance fraud. She's found a reason to cancel or condense shows into different locations. Do you really think that's in her character?
I don't think that's in her character, but I think it's in her ego.
Mm,
I don't think that her. I think that maybe, and I'm not trying to get into conspiracy theory or nothing because I'm not that kind of a person. But logically, I just cannot grasp the fact that Mister. I understand, but you know, I understand that people get sick. I get it, but like, I don't understand how she would keep working with the fever for a month and not go to the doctor because a person of her stature and who she is, go to a doctor. I mean, I would if I had a fever. I wouldn't risk that unless she sees something different than I do.
that is
But
interesting, that, because I think a lot of fans know. Yeah. Look, let's be honest. For the ordinary man, going to a doctor can actually be hard. Making the appointment, the cost of it. For Madonna, you don't have to go to the doctor. The doctor comes to you, right?
oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
In fact, we saw that in Truth or Dare. Ah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Which could yeah, which could say, yeah.
So you started off with the celebration tour going to 5 shows with friends and whoever. How many shows are you going to now?
None.
Wow. Terry, I'm
Yeah.
just going to level with you. As one big fan to another, you're a bigger Madonna fan than me. I love her to bits, but you're
Yeah.
a bigger fan than me. I'm going to concede that. How can
Yeah.
I convince you to make sure you go? I don't want you to regret missing out on the celebration tour. And let's be honest, every tour could be, the final big one. We never know. How can I convince you to go? I don't want you to have regrets.
Oh, I'll go. I mean, I look at it like this here. I, there in Denver, or there are still tickets at other places. I was trying to avoid pit tickets and stuff, but I think for right now, I think that I feel like that I need to recover some money
Right.
from the tour, not because I need it, because this is one tour that I was able to afford the very best seats, and I got lucky for
Good
every
for
show.
you.
Yeah, I literally like I got lucky at every show. I was next to the stage, next to the catwalk, and all the seats were really good. Even scored a front row ticket for a show that was going to happen that they replaced it with LA now. A front row ticket, which I'm not bitter like as what Madonna would say and what she said. I'm not bitter about it. I just think right now, I just think that for the time being, I'm just very turned off with everything. She looks good, but I'm gonna add something here. I mean, for somebody that was as sick as they say, I mean, seriously, she went to Lisbon. She went to Beyonce's concert. Uh, she hung out with her boyfriend, that's the boxer. I'm not saying that doubting any of that, but I mean, I really think that if somebody's that sick, like what they were saying, that you're not going to be out running around. And I'm not one of those kind of fans that, oh, poor Madonna, because everybody gets sick.
Listen, Terry, I can hear the disappointment in your voice. You're turned off is the expression you use at the moment,
Yeah,
but you never know. Once she gets back, this is and kicks off in October or whatever it is. I think it's October.
yeah.
Hopefully, you'll get that Madonna spirit back, and I know you want to get it back. But it's just that you've got your doubts at the moment, right?
I do have my doubts right now. I need to see the tour kick off.
Yeah, yeah.
I and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of older fans. I look. I'm 55 years old. I'm not. I've been around this woman her entire career. I followed every move that she's made, and she continues to make. But what I've saw lately with her, it's a lot of like I don't really have a lot of faith in her because I did get to go to Madam X and I did see her 4 times. She actually sat right next to me in Chicago, like literally right next to
Did
me.
she ask for your credit card? My God, that tour was just a big give me your
No,
cash type of deal, wasn't it?
no, yeah, I guess, but I'm a Madonna fan.
I'm
But it
joking.
No, I know. It didn't really matter to me. Actually, she sat next to me at the first show in Chicago, and I didn't realize it, but they had brought a guy down. I didn't even know who he was, but he was Chris Rock, and this,
Oh.
yeah. So she was talking to him, and literally, like, she asked him a question, and she didn't like the answer, and she turned and looked me eye to eye and rolled her eyes, and so that was kind of a. I mean, in my whole Madonna fandom, I've always had really good experiences with her. Like
Yep.
I've had a lot of nice close encounters that have been very pleasant, primarily because I know not to like reach for her. I know not to do certain things because, I know what she likes and what she doesn't like. And I really don't want to be like, I don't want to mislead people and have people to think that I think that she was faking being sick. I think maybe she was sick or whatever, but or maybe she, I'm gonna say it. Maybe she had some face work done, or something.
Listen, Terry, you're a Madonna fan with a really open mind, and that is a great thing because some Madonna fans, as you said at the beginning, don't. You're keeping an open mind, but listen, let's leave it at this. You've had lots of beautiful, exciting moments with Madonna throughout your lifetime.
Oh yeah.
Let's both um, hold on to the hope that there are a hell of a lot more to come, and this is just a hiccup. Okay, so I want to pick your spirits up
Oh
a bit, Terry. I can hear you're disappointed, but let's get that, let's get the oomph back.
well, I know that she'll rebound from it, but
Yep.
I really feel like that Madonna needs to like okay, I guess another point of view I have is that again it goes back to the sickness. I was kind of hoping that if she got sick, whatever it was, I was hoping that it would humble her. But when I watched her video today, where she did the Leo thing, because that's her ego, I get it. She's a Leo. She's very vain and all that. And you pop out, something, Leo time, and I get it, but I still, if you're sick, be sick. If you're well, you're better, be better. Uh, you know, I, to me, it's just, you're going to out on a street corner, then you're at a Beyonce concert, you're hanging with your boyfriend, and then you're on your way to Lisbon. And meanwhile, you have like all the fan base that are like grieving and they're hoping that their idol is okay. And and I know that she's tough and stuff, but to me, I just think that the whole thing of her being sick, I think that could have been announced better than an Instagram post from her
Yeah,
manager.
you and I have that in common. I think that
Uh,
her management didn't consider the fans as much as they should have. Let's leave it on this, Terry. I've got to say there was a moment of humility there when she blew out the candle. I don't know if you saw
yeah,
this. She
I
said,
did.
"I'm
I,
happy to be alive," or
I did
something.
say that. Yeah,
Terry, you're a very good man. You keep your chin up, okay?
I will.